Hello, welcome back to the C-section. If you don't know what the C-section is, this is a segment where we dissect all matters, motherhood and parenting. C stands for counseling. With me, we have our regular counseling psychologist, Maddie. Say hi, Maddie.
Hi, guys.
You remember her from the previous episode. I hope you guys learned a lot from that episode. Today, we're talking about sex, the birds and the bees, then and how to introduce this topic to your children. Maddie is going to be able to tell us from what age we start. So we're going to break this down into ages and basic guidelines around having this conversation. Maddie.
Yes.
Shoot.
Okay.
Cha-cha-cha.
So the birds and the bees, it's been called the sex talk.
Yes.
Often, right?
Yes.
But I think that is why it makes it very cringy. You know, when you ask people what theirs was, it was probably like their father awkwardly fidgeting and that was it. Don't have sex.
I think I ever got one exactly. You just told don't have sex.
Yeah. My mom actually told me if you have sex, 3 things might happen. You might get HIV, pregnant, or both. That was my sex talk.
Yeah, it's sex talk. They really demonize.
Right?
What sex is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I think first of all to just demystify that it shouldn't be a talk. It should actually be accumulation of different small conversations that you build upon. And that's what we're saying. That's why we're answering the question on when do you start, because when you know when you start, then it's no longer one big awkward, nerve-wracking conversation. So just a few guidelines, I think, before you start. The first thing to know is the earlier the better. Okay, and we shall be diving into that. When is the earlier? But the main thing is the earlier the better. The other thing we need to know is that it is best that you do it.
And not
anyone else.
Because don't delegate it to a teacher. I don't think they learn it in school. Do not think the nanny might teach them, because you never know.
Yes, it is safer for you to do it. I mean, they might find it in a song, in a cartoon, and then they'll come and ask you. So it is best that you take control. It's safer, and if there are certain values you want to pass, certain beliefs that you don't want other people to tell them, then it's easier when you do it. Another thing is you're a mom of 3.5-year-olds. You don't want to be telling them everything about So use age-appropriate language and in age-appropriate information, which we shall also be talking about. And just set the tone for just positivity there. Like, what are your expectations? So set positive expectations for them. What do you expect of them, so that they don't just pick up on random things, and that is also based on your values.
I
so
like that. Set expectations so that also they don't pick up this information from the neighboring child,
right?
Oh
and if they do pick up, because you already set the tone for them, you already had the conversation, they'll be like, mommy, but this one told me. Then now it's a continuing conversation. Then you can clarify things that they've been told that are not right. But you see, if you don't tell them and they find that information from elsewhere, then you'll be working with they might believe the information they got first. Then you'll have to work out many things. But when they know they've gotten it from you, then it's easier for them to process.
Good.
So how soon do you start? Birth.
What do you mean birth?
Yes.
What does that even mean? What do you mean birth?
Yes. So as soon as, honestly, let's just say birth. So let's categorize it this way: birth to 2 years. What are you telling your child? The things you're teaching your child is their body parts. So you're naming them as you're washing them.
And I'm saying, this is your vagina.
Yes.
This is your bum.
Yes.
We're not saying this is your cookie pot. Why? What is the importance of naming them as they are named?
Because this is a bit alarming, but we find that most sexual abuse usually happens even within homes, right? And you might find that, if your child comes and says, uncle touched my, uncle she cut my cookies. I mean, it could be like oatmeal cookies or chocolate chip cookies.
And you might not even be able to prove it in court, because the child will say cookies, and what is a cookie?
What is a cookie?
But what if the child points?
Now if the child points, then that's okay. And you see, but it's always, because what is more alarming is if you hear auntie touched my vagina. That's alarming, right?
Oh my God,
yeah, they know. So it's important to name them when they're small. As you're cleaning them, as you're oiling them, just name them for them, because that's when they're even learning language. Wow. But also a very important thing to introduce as soon as birth is consent. Can mommy please oil your bamba? Can mommy please touch can mommy clean your teach them. Then now let's go to the age where your girl's in. So around 2 to 5.
Consent is taught by you just asking them, can I oil?
Yes.
Can I wash?
Yes, may I? Could I? Yes.
Okay.
Because they know that no one should just randomly do it. If my mommy asks me, if my daddy asks me, then why would someone just come and do it? Because if we don't teach them, then that's when you think that it's okay. Parents think that it's the time to have the sex talk is teenagehood.
It's not.
2 to 5 is a very critical time. You set a lot of boundaries, you set a lot of information, you impart them with a lot of information at this age. And remember, they're like sponges. They take it all in. And that is when your values are set as well. So you're teaching them about how they treat their own bodies, and you remember you've taught them about the body parts and how to name them. So how they treat them and how other people treat them, which is basically the safe and unsafe touch conversation. So who should you see, they have awareness. Who should touch them? Mommy, when cleaning them, not randomly. Daddy, and be very clear even with mommy and daddy. When can they do that? And maybe doctor can. Auntie, if maybe the auntie helps with cleaning and stuff. But you limit that. You tell them that if anyone else touch, tell them that some secrets are not supposed to be kept, especially secrets about anyone touching you, because that's what people who abuse children do. They tell them, keep it a secret, don't tell mommy. So with those secrets, tell them that with those secrets, tell me, I won't be upset. But also about you're saying you teach them also not to also touch themselves and stuff like that. I don't know if randomly, like maybe in public, don't just so you also teach them behavior about themselves and how they should handle their body, even maybe in public. Don't show it to everyone. Don't go and yank out your bam or your buttocks, depending on how you name it. So it's also about conversations about themselves. But it's also, you can also start having conversations about even where do babies come from. This is a good age to talk about that, because they wonder. Don't tell them they're dropped by a stock
what the hell?
Or mommy went and bought them in a supermarket. You could actually use their birth story. And for maybe parents who are maybe currently pregnant, that is a natural opportunity for you to teach and tell them, so mommy and daddy is usually, and that is what happens. That's where babies come from. And
you're saying we introduce this conversation from 2 to 5.
2 to 5. That's the best time. Plus that's the time they'll come with these conversations anyway. So it's good. 2 to 5 is actually very critical. So let's talk about 5 to 8.
Yes, please.
5 to 8, what you're doing is you're teaching them about, we're living in a digital age. So this is a perfect age to teach them about online safety. Yes. So how to not talk to strangers. Talk to them about even adult content. And if they see something weird, because it's even being packaged as games. You find a website called Best Game to Play Ever. And it has pornography in it. So teach them about online safety and how to safe online. Even as you affirm consent, as you affirm safe touch, as you affirm everything you've been talking about, now teach them about online safety. Most kids have been learning online this time, right? And you find that sexual predators have actually increased online in this season. So make sure that around that age you're teaching them even about online safety, and even about what information not to give them and stuff like that. So that's 5 to 8, right? So
in terms of also online safety, I guess that's also an appropriate time for you as a parent to lock some of these things. You can have a password on your TV. There's some sites I think you can make sure that cannot be accessed as well. So also you take control.
Definitely.
Over and above the talk. Okay, Sawa.
And there's some websites, I'm sure Ivy, I'll pass them along and she can put them somewhere.
Yeah. Which websites?
There's one like I can think of from the top of my head, NetNanny.
Yeah.
Netnanny.com.
Yeah.
It really helps and like blocks some of these websites.
Good. That's very good information. Yes.
Yeah. So now we're
5 to 8.
5 to 8.
So now we're at
9 to 12.
Yes.
9 to 12. That is pre-puberty.
Yeah.
Children are starting, joining puberty earlier and earlier nowadays.
Girls nowadays get their periods even from 9 years
From 9,
old.
yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the time to talk about that. Yes. Talk about body changes. Yes. Talk about wet dreams. Talk about menstruation. Yeah. And talk about even hygiene. Yeah. But something actually I missed out a bit far. Yeah. Hygiene. Yeah. The way you're teaching your kids when you're potty training them, right, from front to back. Yes. So that's a conversation you're having actually when they're from 2 to 5. Yes. Yes. So you're affirming it when they're 5 to 8, yes. And also now affirming it even more now that body changes happen. They'll sweat. Yes. Buy them nice deo, body mist. Yes. Things
at
like those.
9 to 12.
Yeah, 9 to 12. Let them learn how to use not deo, yes. Maybe like some nice body splash, because they're understanding that hygiene. Okay. Because my body is changing. Then I'll sweat, and it won't smell nice and flowery. Okay. Yeah. So around that time. Noted. But a very important thing or something advisable is for the same-sex parent to have this conversation. Because if it's a son and they ask you about wet dreams, a mom might feel uncomfortable or something. Although any parent can. For single parents, that's okay. You have the conversation. If you have an uncle, a responsible one, have an uncle with your son. Or
why is it so important for a boy to get this information from another boy?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
I think
or from a man. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. It's just first of all, it's an easier conversation for them to have.
They have the same body parts.
They have the same body. Okay. Yes. Okay. And it's not embarrassing. Okay. They have the same physical attributes, so they understand and they know and they can actually explain. There's some things that we wouldn't know about what some of these boys' changes are. So it's easier for a man to tell another man. And it also brings mentorship. And they know that there's this role model who they can always go to have such conversations with. Because sometimes it's a bit awkward, because you see they're also entering teenagehood. It's a bit awkward for the same-sex parent. But if you are a single parent, a single dad, a single mom, just have it anyway.
Or if you're in a same-sex marriage.
Or if same-sex as well.
Awesome age where
definitely
love is love and this is allowed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And yes, definitely. So around 9 to 12. So then around 12 to 14. Yeah. 12 to 14. Yeah. So then actually have conversations on what is sex. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now that's the time. Okay.
Yes. Now actually the birds and the bees literally. But remember we're saying that we use language appropriate and age appropriate. Okay. So how do you know? Yeah. Often with this age, they know something.
For sure. And that's just about what I was going to tell you. Yes. Me in class 8, mom and dad, I know you watch my stuff and I'm so sorry, but I have to, be honest. In class 8, I think a boy brought a porn magazine to school and I was shocked. That's the first time I saw pubic hair, for example. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
That's not in a textbook, Yes. I was, oh my God, That's very interesting. Yeah. So by that age, they definitely have seen something somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So ask them, what do you know? Yeah. You'd be surprised. Oh, I've definitely talked to, they're around 12 to 14-year-olds. My gosh. The things they know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. They know a lot. Oh. Yes. So ask them so that you know what basis so that you're not babying them and they actually know. Yeah. And remember, you've been having conversations through anyway.
And that's why I'm understanding the importance of starting early.
Yes.
Because you also build trust. And if they see something interesting, you most likely be the first point of contact for them to want to try to understand what it is that they have seen.
Yes. So talk about what is sex, talk about consequences, talk about sexual dynamics. You're talking about same-sex parents. Have these conversations with your children. Yes. Like, how does that work? Yes. Yeah.
At what age, by the way, have you come to see this? At what age do kids start to understand their own sexuality?
Yeah, around this time, around teenagehood. Okay. Teenagehood is a point. So anytime actually from 12 going, it's a point of the main role is identity formation. Yes. So they're exploring whether it's with their friends or themselves. They're trying to really understand themselves and who they are in the society. So around this time. Okay. So it's good to have conversations around around that, around sexual differences, around consequences, around, you know, what is sex? Around consent again, repeat consent, definitely.
Consent. A lot of my beautiful followers say that you're not taught consent in school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So repeat it. Okay. Consent. Okay. Yeah. So then around 14 to 18.
Yeah. God, it's so crazy to think I'm gonna have 14 to 18-year-old children.
Right.
As if the world doesn't come crashing and burning on us because of climate change. Goodness. All right.
Right. There's that to worry about.
18-year-old girls.
Yeah, you will.
Wow.
Yeah. 14 to 18. So what conversations are you having with your teenagers around that time?
At that time they hate you, man. Like, that's the age, especially girls hate their moms. Like, oh my God, what are we discussing at that time? I'd really like to know.
Yeah. But remember, they may not hate you because you've said this is something you guys talk about. It's not awkward. It's something they know you can talk about. So then you talk about things now that they know what sex is and you're working from there. You know, safe sex. Talk to them about this. The thing parents worry about, and this is a big myth, parents usually worry that if you give them information, they'll use it and become promiscuous. Well, research has shown that actually children who have information, it is literally a knowledge is power moment. They're less likely to do some of these things. And if they end up in a situation, they know what to do. Yeah? So have conversations on safe sex. Have conversations on healthy relationships. Yeah? Have conversations now on consent again as well. Have conversations on respect and like what it is like to be respected in terms of sexuality.
And also taking care of your body.
Yes.
At that age also, I mean, you can get a yeast infection. What is that? Is it, and it's not necessarily a consequence of sex, you know, it's just you and your body. I don't know at what age by the girls are supposed to start going for pap smears and that type of checking your boobs to make sure that, you know, I like this. You should write a book. You should write a book, Maddie. Because I'm like, where are people gonna get this? Oh, they'll get the information from here.
Yes. The C-section.
All right, cool.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
So that's now, you know, 18. Now that you have yourself an adult, but you also have yourself someone who, you know, knows how to be treated with respect, consent. You've talked about hygiene. You know, you've talked about even about, and this is going to be a bit controversial, but even about contraceptives, because you've talked about safe sex. Doesn't mean they'll go and buy, but it means that if they're ever in that situation, they know what to do. And knowledge is power.
I like that. We're not taught contraceptives in school. We're not about contraceptives in uni, like way past uni, way. And even our conversation, I don't even know if I had it. I don't know how. It was my friends. It's my friends who taught me about contraceptives. So,
and many people have learned even from you guys as child from over 25.
Even periods and period shame. Oh my days, there's so much, such a wealth of knowledge. There's so much to actually teach your parents, which is why I think they say parenting cannot be delegated. It's very involving. You can't expect your aunties or the nanny to do any of these things. Right. So, is that it?
Yeah, that's basically it. Because now at 18, you have yourself an adult, a very well-equipped adult, a very an empowered adult who can make their own choices, and they'll be making smart choices and informed choices. And there's nothing as good as someone who with information. Yes.
Wow, fantastic. If this video was valuable to you, remember to like it. Please, like, actively double tap. Leave a comment if you have any questions for Maddie. We will be active in the comment section as much as we can. Share to mothers, share to fathers, share to aunties, share to guardians. See you next time.